Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
What is that?
This is a Square beta dongle, they call it, or the beta hardware for processing credit cards using Square.
So this is going to change the world?
It is going to make it very, very easy to take money from your friends and family, or from anyone who actually wants to do business with you, wherever you are. And the way it works is, plugs in to your audio jack of your smartphone, in this case iPhone, launches a very simplified interface that in this case is going to donate money to Haiti. So how much would you like to send?
Let's go $50.
Wow, awesome. And I'm just going to put a little note here. Say, and then when you're ready, I'll take your credit card.
Okay.
And of course, there's one.
The Square unit itself is beta, not
That's right.
the iPhone.
The Square plug is a prototype, but it is getting refined and it's in fairly good shape. I did it in 2 swipes, and so you can see here it just shows me the last 4 digits of your card number and the expiration date, so I can verify that it is actually the same card.
Okay.
And then I'm going to authorize, and so sending that information up to the server and encrypting it in the process, and then here you get to sign with your finger.
Oh boy, I'm right-handed, so let me
Okay.
slip this out.
Okay.
That's good enough.
We'll do that, and that sends that signature up. And what's happening as well is it is creating a map of this transaction, and it'll send you a receipt with a map and all this information on it. And it may take a second because we've got a funky wireless signal right here.
Now, if I was actually selling a product, would I be able to attach a picture?
Yes, there was that. In the notes field, there's a little button next to it where you can actually send the photo along with it.
And this will work over any network connection?
It will. In this case, we're in the sort of corner end of this room here where the wireless signal isn't super great. And so we may want to migrate a little bit to
That's fine.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
we can
did
try
we
it
go?
again.
Okay.
I'm just going to try again.
Just resends.
Yeah, there we go. That worked.
So now where is this data then stored?
It's stored at squareup.com.
Okay.
And you can go there, as a customer, you can go there and input the amount of your purchase and your email address, which I'm taking right
Yes,
now.
Chris at Pirillo.com. CHRIS at PIRILLO.com. Did it get it?
.com.
It's tricky.
Just double check that.
I believe that looks okay.
Okay. And so this will send you a receipt, but you can always go to squareup.com and look it all up.
All right. Let me...
And so what you've just done is sent $50 to an organization called Yele Haiti, which is run by a fellow named Wyclef Jean. He's Haitian, and he's been on the ground ever since the quake, helping people. And there is your receipt.
Yeah, there's the receipt. My brightness settings are a little, well, they're not as dark as yours.
So you've got a URL there. Tap on the URL,
Okay.
because this is what's fascinating. Along with the receipt, you get this map and a copy of your signature and my business name.
Wow. So then is this stored with my profile? I mean, associated with the signature that I entered in? That scribble there. Not really. That's the worst signature I've ever done.
So check that out. This is your first payment. Right?
Wow.
So in the future, it'll tally the number of transactions you've had with me, or with Yele in this case, and then produce a kind of ongoing kind of customer relationship.
Huh. And this is, again, a prototype in, I guess, extreme beta?
This is, I guess you'd call this alpha. They have actually, this part here, this is beta, and I've been using it since the alpha times. About a year ago, Jack gave me a demo of this by buying me breakfast and then charging it to me. So it was a fun experience to see how it worked for the first time.
So we didn't even introduce you to the audience. You happen to be Dom, @Dom. And I understand you also know my friend Kristen Chong?
Yes, actually, she crashed at my house this last weekend.
So I heard.
And I got a good dose of Kristen Chong. Great person. Great person.
You're supposed to say that. Now, you've written a book about Twitter.
That's right. It's called 140 Characters, and I think we have a copy right here.
Floating in somewhere?
And it is a style guide for the short form. And I wrote it to help answer some questions about how Twitter was created. So it's got the entire history of Twitter from day one, as well as a little bit about how best it can be used.
But how would you know the history of Twitter from day one?
Oh, so I was there when Jack gave us the idea. We were working at a company called Odeo, and we're brainstorming about how to reinvent ourselves because podcasting took a while to take off. And Jack just had this very simple idea where you could update wherever you were without even thinking about it, and it was just so easy. We all wanted to have it. And so day one, which was March 21st, 2006, almost 4 years ago, Jack wrote the first social tweet, and it was waiting for Dom to update more. And I wrote back, ooh, this is going to be addictive. And that's Twitter message number 38.
Wow.
And my response to that addiction is this book, where you kind of have to learn how to handle this thing because it can be overwhelming. So there's some tips from literature, tips from comedy, tips from drama about how best to express yourself in this tiny space.
140 characters.
That's right.
As it were. So Jack and the rest of the gang, you guys are going to transform the world in terms of credit card processing now.
That's the next step. Actually, I see it as indicative of where social networking is headed. We started as this tiny application over the SMS network, and it was a specialty network. I mean, there were other networks. There was Friendster, Facebook was around at that point, but there was a new type of network that worked entirely over your mobile. And so Square is another great example. It's a network that's very social, and its entire purpose is about money transactions. And so we see things like Foursquare, which is entirely social but about your location. And these types of niche social networks are going to pop up and service different needs.
Well, thanks for your time and expertise.
My pleasure.